And then there we go, 1969 426 Hemi. All right, so here's the Camaro isn't really anything special. It's a 68 Camaro turned into a drag car. It's been hacked up. It's actually junk. We're going to roll it into the street and set it on fire here shortly. Oh, that's right. That's I can't say that with insurance. But this, on the other hand, is a 1970 Dodge Challenger RT. It was originally a 3.3 automatic car, four-speed pistol grip car. It was originally Go Mango orange. You can see a little bit of the Go Mango popping out behind this black paint job, but it's really interesting how he got the car. It's like no other story.
It was at a pawn shop
here in Detroit, yeah.
Guys from Hamtramck, they took out a loan on it. They, it was a kind of a pawn shop where you take your car, you hand them the title, they hold the car in a warehouse, and racking up storage fees and whatever, and they couldn't pay back the loan, and they couldn't handle the storage fees, so they put it on Craigslist. 4 tiny little pictures of a black car covered in dust in a dark warehouse, and the wording was barely English, so I was the only guy that pursued it, and it took about 20 phone calls to get the guy to call me back, and I went and looked at it. They fired it up, and deal was on. So.
Because it had been on Craigslist for a while, right? Months, yeah. And it's been on all the social websites and all that, but it just no one ever jumped on it seriously.
Yeah, it still had Kragers, rusty Kragers, and drag slicks on it and everything. It's got a 410 Dana 60 in it.
Yeah. Because it looks like they took because it's not a B body Dana 60. It's an E. It is a legitimate E body Dana 60.
And they, the mags were, really wide. The slicks were sticking out, 1.5 inches on either side.
Oh,
so they added extra leaves to the springs, so they're, the suspension is basically solid.
Oh, and, yeah, I can see right there. You can see that it's quite the leaf pack.
Yeah. So even then they were still touching. You can see where the
where they rubbed
the the wheel lip moldings.
Oh yeah, it is a wheel lip molding car.
Yeah. And
so it is an RT, and it has. It's actually a really well optioned car. Rear speaker setup, 3-3, no AC, rally gauge cluster. It's a little rough, but
it's got leather seats in it too.
Leather seat car. Headlinder's actually really nice too. There's only a few little holes.
The floor pans are still shiny orange, no mango paint.
Real. Oh, I see all the sparkle. Oh, there's your 4-speed shifter linkage.
Yeah, I bought that at a swap meet recently.
I mean, it looks like it was sitting someplace with a lot of moisture for such corrosion on the steering column.
I think they had it sitting outside for a while, and luckily it didn't rot away. But
yep. And then here, because those are legitimate E-body Hemi badges for the hood.
Yep.
And then there we go, 1969 426 Hemi.
They said they got it out of a Daytona, but the guy wouldn't sell them the Daytona body, just the Hemi. So I'm not sure. Some place called Corky's Speed Shop built the Hemi around 1980, and they put it in, and
And well, all you Mopar guys are saying, oh well, there's a VIN on it. Unfortunately, at some point, this engine had been windowed, basically right where the VIN pad was.
Took out the VIN stamping.
Took out the VIN stamping, and it was brazed back together.
Yep.
But it doesn't leak. I mean, you can see it's a little crusty, but the engine actually doesn't leak. Unfortunately, whoever put it together at this Corky's place wasn't a great. What did he do? He brazed
Looks like it's brazed in there. The pickup's stuck in the block.
Yeah.
I can't get it out. But the repair to the pan rail is very close to that, so I don't want to put a lot of heat on it.
Yeah. But this runs. I mean, it was running before we took it apart, or he took it apart.
12.5 to 1 compression, Kellogg crank, NASCAR rods. It built pretty well.
But
I took the oil pan off it because it was all dented in from hitting a speed bump or something, and that's kind of where it stopped.
Oh, that's right. And then we've been trying, because you can't get the pickup out of the block. He's been collecting. Where is it?
I got some oil pans.
Yeah, he's got a whole bunch of oil pans that he's going to be trying to work with the pump that's stuck in the block. Oh, with the disc brakes all finished up. That's nice.
Yeah, I got a Master Power disc brake kit for it, and
Sweet.
it's mostly on. 'Cause it had manual drums on it too, and they barely worked at all.
Yeah, they do that. But yeah, so here you go, 1970 Challenger RT. Not quite a barn find, but a pawn shop find, I guess. It is a legitimate pawn shop find. Very cool. Thank you, Doug. This was the last time that I saw the car out of the garage, and this was in 2015, right after the Roadkill Nights event in Detroit, Michigan. The car had developed a significant gas leak at the carburetors because someone had hacked them together, to say the least. So he got correct ones, and he was fixing up a lot of the other issues that had cropped up from the car being hacked together, to say the least. And these pictures are the ones that were in the original ad that he saw on Craigslist from the pawn shop. And this was all that was available, and they would not send any more until he went and bought the car. Well, that was a really neat Dodge Challenger, and what a crazy story that it was found at a pawn shop and that no one really was that interested in it, and my friend was able to pick it up for 30 grand. That's just ridiculous. Especially, it was only about 10 years ago that this all occurred. So, my friend has been working on it since. You can see some of the pictures before this. So, that's really nice. And we're hoping to get it running and driving here in the near future for hopefully take it down to maybe one of the roadkill events. So, it should be a lot of fun. We'll see how that all falls together, especially since he has like 20 other projects. But we'll see. Especially with me, I have my own projects to work on. Let's see if I can get... I might have to get the green car going for Hot Rod Power Tour. Maybe not, because there's also the Holly Mo Party event. So we will see. I do know that as soon as the weather gets nicer, that is when I'll actually get it back out here, because right now, my garage door, can you see? It's slightly frozen shut. Because it is, ooh, there we go, below freezing here right now. So I will keep you all up to date. Stay safe. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to this video so I can keep on doing them. And keep watching because there's a lot more cool stuff coming up in the coming weeks.